Welcome to DF Education Portal. So in this part we will discuss about decomposition reaction, right? So decomposition reaction means from a single reactant we are getting two or more products, okay? That is decomposition is happening, okay? And this decomposition can be done by three ways: by the application of heat, light or electricity, okay? So that means we are taking a single reactant and we are getting two or more products. Such type of reaction we can call it as decomposition reaction. That means from single product, from single reactant we get two or more products, okay, more products by decomposition, okay. That means what is happening actually, a single reactant is decomposed to get two or more products, okay. So from this single reactant we are getting two or more products, and this decomposition, this division of the single reactant or decomposition of the single reactant can be done by three ways. Decomposition can be done by three ways. Decomposition can be done by three ways, okay. So first one is by the application of, by applying light, by applying heat, by the application of electricity, okay. These are the three methods of decomposition, okay. These are the three methods of decomposition, okay. Then from then we can discuss about the each type of decomposition reaction with examples, okay. So these are the types of decomposition, okay. So first thing, decomposition by application of heat. Decomposition by the application of heat, by the application of heat, that is thermal decomposition. By the application of heat means thermal decomposition reactions. Thermal decomposition, okay. Thermal decomposition reaction, okay. So in that we have two experiments, okay. So at first we are taking calcium carbonate, okay, and we are heating it, okay. Then we are getting calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, okay. So we are taking calcium carbonate and after heating it we are getting calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, okay. So this is an example for decomposition reaction by the application of heat, that is thermal decomposition reaction. Similarly, the next experiment is like this. In a test tube we are taking ferrous sulfate crystals, okay. So we have already discussed about the difference between crystals and solids, okay, and what is the property of a crystal, okay. So in a test tube we are taking ferrous sulfate crystals. So crystals will have some amount of water molecules within that chemical formula. Such type of compounds we are calling as crystals, right? So we are taking ferrous sulfate crystals. It's actually green in color, and after heating it we are getting what? Ferrous sulfate. We are getting ferrous sulfate by the elimination of 7 water molecules from it, okay. So on further heating what will we get? Fe2O3, SO2 and SO3. Ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, okay. And these two compounds are in gaseous state, this is in solid state, okay. So at first we are taking a green colored ferrous sulfate crystals. After heating it we are actually eliminating the 7 water molecules from these crystals, and we are getting ferrous sulfate. And on further heating we are getting Fe2O3, SO2 and SO3. That means the reactant is single, right? We are taking a single compound or single substance as reactant, and finally we are getting 3 products from this single reactant. So this is an example for decomposition reaction. Similarly, in this case we are taking a single substance as reactant and we are getting 2 products. Okay, so we can say that these are examples for decomposition reaction. There is one more example. There is one more example. We are taking lead nitrate PbNO3 twice. Okay, and we are heating it. We are taking lead nitrate and we are heating it. Then we will get lead oxide. Lead oxide we will get, and nitrogen dioxide and oxygen we will get. Okay, so we can say that okay, we are taking lead nitrate in a test tube and we are heating it. Then we will get lead oxide. Lead oxide, it is actually solid. These are gaseous states. And actually, when we are heating this lead nitrate in a test tube, we will get a brown colored fumes. That brown colored fumes are due to the presence of nitrogen dioxide. Actually, oxygen will not have any color, right? So that brown colored gas which is formed after heating this lead nitrate is due to the formation of nitrogen dioxide. Okay, so that's all about this decomposition reaction by the application of heat. By the application of heat, we are doing this decomposition reaction. Such type of reaction we can call it as what? Thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, so these are all about. These are the examples for thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, so if you are not at this, I am rubbing this one. If you want to note any equations or any notes from in between the class, you can pause and you can write down those reactions and notes. Okay, so the first type of this reaction is thermal decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition. Second one is by the application of electricity. Okay, decomposition by the application of electricity. Decomposition by the application of electricity. Okay, that means in these three types of reaction we are giving some amount of energy for the decomposition. That means we are providing some energy to get the products. Okay, but in the previous case, in combination reaction, actually during this breaking, that means we are combining two or more products to get a single product, right? That means during that reaction there is chance to emit some amount of energy. But in this decomposition reaction, actually during this reaction absorption of energy is occurring. Okay, so that is actually the difference between exothermic and endothermic reaction. Okay, so now we can discuss about the case of application of electricity. Okay, that is decomposition by the application of electricity. For this we are taking one experiment. Okay, so in a beaker or in a mug, we are placing two electrodes. Okay, we are placing two electrodes. And we are connecting it with a battery. A 6-volt battery. Okay. Then we are taking water in this mug. Okay. And we are covering this each electrodes. In this test tube also we have water molecules. Okay. Okay. So this is the experimental setup. In this mug we have water, and we are adding a little amount of diluted H2SO, diluted sulfuric acid to this water. Okay, so that it will increase the rate of this reaction. Okay, so we are connecting this with a battery. Actually this is anode and this is cathode. Okay. Okay. Then what will happen? Okay, so we are taking a mug and we are placing 2 electrodes through that mug, and we are taking water in this mug, and after that we are placing 2 test tubes to cover each electrodes, and within that test tubes also there is presence of water. Okay, on this area there is no water. Okay, so after application of electricity, what will happen? After switching on this circuit, what will happen? There may be production of gas molecules from each electrodes, right? So from anode we can see some bubbles over here. So from cathode also we can see some bubbles over here. Okay, so this bubbles is for oxygen atom. Oxygen. This bubbles represents oxygen and this bubbles represents hydrogen atom. Okay. Okay. So these are the two gaseous atoms which is produced after this reaction. Okay. So we can write down this equation over here. We are taking water as the reactant and we are getting hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. Hydrogen is deposited or hydrogen is evolved from which electrode? Cathode, and oxygen is evolved from anode. Okay, so hydrogen is evolved from cathode, oxygen is evolved from anode. Okay, so we are taking water molecule and we are getting hydrogen and oxygen. This decomposition is done by the application of electricity. Okay, so what is the ratio of gases formed from this cathode and anode? Actually 2:1, right?